Hello all and welcome to Tuesday Q&A. I'm your host Roland, sitting here in my chair, speaking with our expert Ursinity. Ursinity, how are you?
I'm good. I'm also in my own chair, which is a nice feeling.
You're well?
I'm well. No, I'm just good. I'm good. I'm an
Just
American. I don't need
Just
to
good?
have a comprehensive use of the English language.
Okay, that's fine.
I plan on doing some good too. That's why I say that. Like, we're gonna bless people with knowledge of Dota 2. So I figure I'm going to literally be doing good.
Yeah, some might say what we do is a waste of time.
No, those people are wrong. I mean, lots of people say lots of wrong things, Roland, it turns out.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
They have
do.
that freedom.
They do have that freedom.
Things.
Thanks to the First Amendment, which is dumb.
Well, yeah. Well, also, like, okay, I mean, they also have that power if they're not in the U.S., which I imagine is a different amendment or a different establishment of whatever constitutional.
It's called the Articles
system.
of Free Speech.
Yeah, sure. Okay, this is going down a weird rabbit hole.
It is going down a weird rabbit hole, but let's catch up a little bit. It's only been since Saturday since I talked to you. No, Sunday. No, yesterday. Yep, we had to play games together.
Yeah. Sunday morning. Oh no, Sunday afternoon. Yeah, we had the stream. People thought you were not going to show up. By the way, I had faith, but some people, they're doubters.
Oh, I woke up like 5 minutes before. I was.
We know.
I was.
That was painfully apparent.
I was destroyed. We won all 3 of our games.
We did do that.
I just gave away all my golden moon shards. It was awesome. And you bought your own moon shard because you didn't want me to.
Despite you.
Yeah.
I had an entire item to buy, but I was like, I'm not going to buy this item because I need to make sure Roland does not pull me a moon shard.
I was about to give him a moon shard, and it's global. You can give moon shards away globally. So.
Oh, I intercepted the courier, by the way. I saw the courier going somewhere, so I TP'd to Shrine just to get my moon shard so that you could not get yours in time.
That's lame. Why not let me give you a moon shard? You know?
Because it's a bad idea. And you ended up giving it to Grouty anyway. And that guy needs some kind of positive reinforcement in his life. So that's something.
Oh, I feel bad for harping on the Grouton all the times we've harped on him. He's got a sweet soul, that guy, you know? I do feel a little awkward about professing my love in front of maybe 50 people. But it was true. That's the thing. It was true.
Yeah.
Whew, and I hyped. I think I still have a few poppers in here. Do I?
I mean, I would assume so. You had so many at the start of it. I mean,
look, they're all popped. I popped all the poppers.
Honestly, by the end of that stream, I think your mental state was more affected by the fumes from especially that huge popper and all the small poppers than the actual alcohol consumed. I seriously think that. Like, you may have done. Oh,
the alcohol. The alcohol didn't really get to. Well, the problem with the alcohol is that I drank it and then went 6 hours longer without drinking anything.
Yeah.
And so the headache started setting in toward like. It just got worse and worse for the duration of that final 6 hours.
Sluggish.
I felt very sluggish, although still on Spectre, still winning later that night.
She's real good.
Oh, god damn, is she good? And I love her. The only times that I find that I lose with, is Wrinkly. It's not. It's like pressed.
Right now,
the only times that I find I lose with her is when like there's a draft that like their goal is to start fighting at like 20 minutes, and I'm stuck with Treads, Vanguard, Aquila, Wand. And then I'm like, I still want to get Radiance, but I probably shouldn't. And I need to know like an alternative to going Radiance, because I feel like Radiance, I can't get it in time, and then all of a sudden we're fighting all the time, and I'm dying, and I'm not able to retain all the gold that I need to have.
Just get like a diffusal. That's like the efficient item, right?
Oh yeah.
Just go like phase, earn Vanguard diffusal.
I never go phase. I love Treads on her.
You're a lunatic. You go Treads and Earn and Vanguard?
I don't go Earn. I go Vanguard.
Okay. You go Treads, Vanguard?
Treads, Vanguard, Aki, Wand.
Oh, you get Aki also?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you have so many stats of that build that you really don't need more stats from Treads. And you don't need the attack speed.
I love the strength. That's what I love. Because
you get... Like, you like the strength because it gives you health, right? But then you're rushing a Vanguard.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try phase. And there are many times that I wish I had phase movement. I'll tell you that much. Where
Because she's
like, if
not that
only.
fast.
But the dagger gives you phase movement. So
Yeah, but like
But
when
you
you
need
don't have
speed.
Dagger up.
yeah, and you need
She
speed.
needs it. And she needs continued speed too, that's the thing. And they're purple, and she's purple, so it's perfect.
She's purple. They're purple. It is perfect.
Such
Okay.
a clash with her outfit.
Well, we are Tuesday Q&A. I feel like we've done our obligatory
Yeah, our intro.
hello, welcome, how are you, good, how are you, the pleasantries, if you will. Let's go ahead. I think our first caller... Oh, here we go. All right, producer Cyphus has done a pretty good job here. Our first caller is he here? He's here. Okay. Our first caller is TJ Sutton. TJ. His MMR is 1500, and he is going to present with us our Good or Garbage. TJ, how are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Bad.
Grand.
Very bad.
Sorry to hear that, Roland.
Don't be sorry.
Do you want to know why?
I mean, I was there, so I saw
Has nothing to do
the
with that.
horror as it. Oh,
Has
please
not-
let me know.
No, it's okay. You're not interested anyway. What? So why are you here? You're Good or Garbage?
I'm here to present Mr. Ursi with a hopefully good
Good or Garbage. I can't wait. All right.
Should we add that? Should we add that to like the end?
Oh,
Like we
hopefully
review
good.
the entire Good or Garbage as either Good or Garbage? That's
yeah,
something.
we can. Yeah, I think we should.
Go ahead. You can do that.
Was that good or garbage? Good or garbage? All right. Hey, you go for it whenever you want.
All right. So starting off, if you haven't seen it, I'll substitute with something else. But season 2 of Daredevil.
Good.
Good. Yeah, I was gonna say very good. Sorry.
I'll add in the other one. Stranger Things. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Very good. Very good. Good.
It's a show I know I'd like, but I just have not sat down to watch. In my
Well,
defense.
I mean, it's about children, so you definitely fit in.
Move
All right,
on.
Continue.
Anyway, eel in or on your sushi?
Good. My favorite. That's my.
Okay, it's
that's
good or
my favorite
garbage?
sushi. It's good. It's perfect. Roland, you're getting so many words in. I'm gonna get more words in. I've abided by the rules of the game for the last like 3 weeks. I want to talk about eel and how good it is.
Isn't it called unaga?
Unagi.
Unagi. Yeah. There we go.
Mid Shadow Shaman.
Garbage.
Good.
Arnold Palmer's.
Good.
Griper Cosplay.
Good.
Roland's Techies.
Good.
Garbage.
Position 4 Monkey King.
Good.
Good.
Drunk Roland.
Good. No, garbage.
Whoa! Why?
Roland, you
Why?
somehow. So you know how
Why?
those archetypes of drunk were like there's funny drunks.
I love you,
there's, like,
drunks.
romance drunks. There's dumb
Sure.
drunks.
There's
There's
angry
aggressive
drunks.
drunks.
Angry drunks.
There's
yeah.
angry drunks.
Yeah.
Roland is just a shill drunk. That's what drunk Roland is.
Shill drunk.
Yeah. It just like it amplifies any need to self promote. That's what happens. Every shot is like, I need to raise an extra $100 or something. It's wild.
It works apparently. I guess that's it's a rare archetype, but I guess it worked.
All right, 2 more. Puck's 420 GPM meme talent.
Garbage.
And then last, but saving the best for last, Ursi Lena Cosplay.
It's not even a question. Garbage.
No, that's good. TJ,
Good.
we already are in the works of doing an Ursi cosplay, but we need to hit
We're not.
2,000. Let me go get some booze so we can raise this 2,000 right now while you're on the call.
You can raise all the money that you want, but
All
it's
right.
not gonna happen.
I'm gonna say overall good on that good or garbage. That was a very good
Yeah.
good or garbage.
I'm
So
in the same boat.
TJ, thank you so
Thank you.
much for calling in and giving us our good or garbage.
Thank you,
Thanks for
kind
having
sir.
me. Appreciate it.
You should.
All right.
You should,
He
TJ.
said he does.
I am
Please
honored
calm
to
down.
be-
You should be honored, Commander.
07.
07.
Oh my god. Get me out of this place.
Get you out of this
You
place,
elite
please.
dangerous folk.
All right, let's go ahead and take a read question where you read it with your
Yeah,
mouth.
let us take a read question. Okay.
Let's read it and
da-da-da-da.
then you read it with your mouth.
From Epion, well, this is a multiple part question, but they're all quick. What is the longest streak of games played and or hours played in one sitting? Obviously with like breaks and eating and all that. Roland, what's yours? I imagine yours is a lot more impressive than mine.
It was actually, I think Denny pointed it out that I played 13 games. So I played 3 games before the stream, and then the stream started. So I think I played 13 games. So my longest streak was like about 15 hours of not getting up. Like I got up for bathroom breaks, like that, and I ate. I believe I ate.
That's
I hope
good.
I didn't drink with an empty stomach like that. I don't remember what I ate, but yeah, I think it was
Probably
Saturday.
taquitos. You said taquitos.
Oh yeah, taquitos. Yep, Delamex taquitos from Costco. They're delicious.
I think the longest I've played is probably like 6 games in a row or something. I don't play huge binges. I tilt too much also, so like I need to like take a breather after a few games usually. So I will say I've probably spent an entire weekend just playing Dota, but I will take breaks in between like 3 or 4 games. But I will say if I had to like bet, I'd say I probably have not played more than 6 or 7 games in one sitting in a long time. Although when I used to play with my real life friends, we would play for like 10 games in a row. So maybe then.
So you just negated everything you just said previously.
Well, those are like indeterminate. I don't know if that actually happened.
You can only go so long without hitting a K-pop, you know?
Well, exactly, dude. Like the Unnie Slam Dunk subs, they come out like Saturdays at like 4 o'clock, and like I couldn't binge and then skip that. Like you gotta play and then stop and then be like, all right, we got priorities here, and then you go back to playing.
Yeah,
it's a mixed bag.
All right, longest winning streak you've had.
Yes, longest win streak. Let's see I know I've done at least 13 because 13 is the is like where it fills up an entire page. I'm just looking right now though. Okay. Yeah, longest winning streak 13 for me.
Okay. 16 on Spectre in a row.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
I remember that.
Yep.
Okay.
That
3.
was awesome.
Most satisfying and or rewarding heroes you played during that win streak. What brought you the most joy while winning game after game? I mean,
can I go?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
So I got a triple kill on Spectre in one of those games in one haunt. As in I haunted, killed a guy, haunted to another target, killed a guy, haunted to another target, killed a guy. Mm-hmm. While, you know what I'm talking about? Like you haunt, your spirits are there. Psh, I haunt, kill, haunt, kill, haunt, kill. Triple kill. It was super satisfying. I think that was the game that ended the streak too. I think I lost that game. I was going for 20 in a row, but it was super satisfying. I'm gonna say that much.
Gosh, mine's so indeterminate. I really don't know. I will say my most rewarding thing just in Dota is when I get good GPM on a hero. Like that is the most consistently rewarding thing where it's like I finish a game in the Battle Cup. I think in one of the games I had like 760 GPM on like Marana, who's not even like that much of a farmer, and I was fighting a lot.
Oh yeah, you had butterfly E-Blade.
I had
butterfly E-Blade axe.
6 slotted, and I had a Scotty, and I had a Blink.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I would say. Whenever you way surpass your own expectations, that's definitely what I would say
fun.
Is the most thing.
Gold,
exactly, dude.
Gold is that's why I love Doom and Alchemist is because gold is fun. I've never really gotten into Naga.
Yeah. I remember you were like, I want to play Naga, and I coached you for one game, and then you're like,
it's just, it doesn't ever feel like she's, like, of all the time I've been playing Dota, August, July 2014, something like that, I don't feel like she's ever been in meta other than as a 4 support at TI5.
I mean, you're wrong, but yeah.
Just
she's good as a 4 support. She's one of those weird heroes, I will say, where Naga is a great 4 support, but it's hard to play, and it's really easy to screw over your entire team if you're bad at it. So it's almost never seen in pubs. Even at high-level pubs, you rarely see it, unless you're playing like 7K plus, I guess. But she's been meta for long periods of time, on and off, as a 1 position and as a 2 position. It's just like, you need to be a Naga player, first off, and your team needs to be suited to it. And it gets banned a lot against teams that are like, oh boy, they have Miracle, or like, oh boy, they have Arteezy. So they'll ban it against players such as those. So that's why you don't see a ton of it. But I love Naga. I just don't play her as much as I used to, because she was weak for a while. After she got nerfed after TI. And then Radiance got nerfed, and then Radiance got buffed, and then Radiance got buffed, so she's fun though.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah, so Curbside is our next caller, MMR 2400. Curbside, What is your question?
So my question is, I was gonna ask you guys, what are the top 5 ways that you've seen that that team mood when everything's going well, everybody's getting in their lane, their last hits, their denies, just destroyed? Like, what are those things you've seen in games that people do that just tilt one guy, and then the communication starts to break down?
Yeah, I have a great example of this, and this was a game that I was playing on stream. I thought our tier
what are
one
the top 5?
Top 5. Okay, here's top 1 right here, because 5 examples is going to be tough. I thought we still had our tier 1, and I'm Storm Spirit. I just barely got my Bloodstone, so I'm feeling like I'm gonna get my 13th charge. I blind TP bot, and I TP to the shrine instead of what I thought was the tier 1 that I was TPing to, and do a zip. I'm like, wow, this zip's taking forever. I double space on my hero, and I'm zipping from the shrine to our side shop, and I just zip to my death right after getting Bloodstone. I die, and that game never was repaired after that moment. Noob Storm Spirit, holy shit, can't believe this guy's in our bracket. How the fuck does he even know he's been? And then just the whole game. I don't really have a top like that. That broke down all communication.
So it's like a complete facepalm moment. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the classic one. So I guess from the root of the question, right, you have to have built up synergy already, right? So you have to not be at like somebody feeding couriers from the beginning. It does not ruin synergy because there was no synergy in the first place. So I'll say the easiest way to really destroy synergy on a team and really make a good game go real bad is definitely when you lose a team fight a really stupid way, like you push uphill against a Enigma and then he just 5-man black holes you because you're all idiots and you stood together. And it's just one of those moments where collectively you're like, wow, we're so dumb. And then everybody gets a little off kilter. And then if it happens one more time, or like if one person avoids it, like today, like in the game I actually just played before this recording, my team moved 4 people all up a hill to siege against an Enigma. He obviously blink black holed them, and he had Ags and like Radiance and all this stuff, so it did 1 billion damage. And it was just one of those times where I was like, I was standing back because obviously that's what's gonna happen, and these stupid like dumb people were like just forgot, I guess, that Enigma was in the game. So that's real tilting.
It's hard to pick a top 5 on this because it's like you don't really remember. Usually it has to do with like, I get really mad when I see anybody with a silver edge try and pick somebody off when there are 5 people around. And it's obvious that there are 5 people around. Where it's like, no, dude, don't do it. Just back up. And they're like, no, I'm already silver edged. Like I've already committed. And it's like, no, you're still invisible. They still don't know you're there. And then they're like, nope, I'm gonna go for duel anyway. And then they die. And you're like,
that's a me play.
What about when like people harass the support for not buying wards?
That's up there too, I'll say. But yeah, that's definitely up there. I would say like anytime one person gets singled out, whether it's for doing something dumb or not doing something or doing something controversial, even doing the right thing sometimes, like anytime one person gets scapegoated or singled out, that's when like your synergy is just gone to the wind. That's when like, you know.
Sometimes in draft. I mean, if well, I hate, for instance, like I've determined Juggernaut's good. I pick Juggernaut. Then I get a Crystal Maiden, and we both declared that we're going there. And then an OD's picked, and OD's definitely going mid. And then a Beastmaster's picked, and Beastmaster's definitely going off lane. And then a Slark is picked. And it's like, okay, what were you planning on doing, dude? And he's like, I'm going safe lane. It's like, no, you're not. It's like, yes, I am. Earlier, I am going safe lane. Juggernaut should jungle. It's like, I'm not going to jungle. And then I jungle. And then I'm mad. And then the whole game, everybody's like, this Slark sucks. And then if the Slark does well, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Have you noticed that? Like, if things go well, people tend to forget. Like, I forgot. I was dealing with the worst Legion commander ever today. Tried to steal my rune, went Divine Rapier first in the jungle. Divine Rapier first. But because we did so well, no report.
No. Oh man, now you just reminded me. I forgot to report these 2 people in my game. I'm actually gonna load Dota right now. So
you can't go back. I tried. I remembered this Legion. Right, I remembered this Legion was like, gonna ban or gonna report this Legion. Definitely going to get another report off of it. Tons of people have reported this Legion. This Legion's terrible. No, I forgot because it worked out.
Oh my god, you can't report people. Oh
No.
my god, I'm so mad right now.
No.
Okay.
This Legion deserved it too.
Anyway,
But
yeah, I get
can't-
tilted at draft too.
I can't give you a top 5 Curbside. I'm sorry, but we have a ton of callers tonight. Curbside, thank you for calling in.
Thanks, guys. And one last thing: hashtag Ursinity, Lena Cosplay.
Yeah.
No, anti-hashtag. I will say, Roland, what I've taken to doing when people, if I'm safe lane, I'll jungle. But if I'm mid and somebody's like, no, I'm going to go mid. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to do a mid. And I just steal all their CS. If it's not ranked, of course. If it's ranked, I'll figure it out. But if it's unranked, I will just BM them because, like, what scum of the earth, honestly.
I know.
Okay.
Usually, yeah. Scum of the earth. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play our voicemail from LordDay. And then we should read a thing with our mouth. And then we'll go ahead and get another caller. What do you say?
Yes, I would like to do that. That sounds like a plan.
Okay, here we go. Gotta download it. Should have had this ready.
Hey guys, this is LordDay. Just got a question for the Q&A. It's for all ya. Cyphus, you can join in if you want. I'm just curious what you guys call each other when you meet in person. So if Cyphus comes up to you, are you like, hey Cyphus, or you say, hey Denny? And when Roland comes up to you, do you think, there's Josh, or there's Roland? And when Proud walks up to you, do you say, oh shit, or do you just run away? Thanks. Go ahead and answer that however you'd like.
All right. Good question. Nice,
man.
good question.
I have called Denny, by the way, Cyphus in real life, but I always catch myself. I'm like, whoa, I just called you Cyphus. That's weird. And he's like, yeah, that's weird.
I've moved to calling Denny now, even in game. I haven't seen him in real life recently, obviously, but I've moved to call Denny because Denny's such a good name, honestly.
It is a good name. That's what I've been saying. Cyphus? Ugh. Denny?
I mean, Cyphus is a good name, too.
No, Cyphus isn't. Denny is a good name, though. Denny is a good, strong name that I feel like he should just be Denny. I mean, he tried to come up with this weird, like, space name, I feel like is what Cyphus is.
It is a very space name. It's
like
very Elite Dangerous.
It's like a space name, right? And then Denny, like, Denny, it's just Denny. It's two syllables. So is Cyphus, but it feels like 2 hard syllables, whereas Denny is just like, feels like you can say it in 1 syllable.
It rolls off the tongue.
It rolls off the tongue.
So what about the rest of us?
I mean, in person, I'm sure I would interchange with Sam and Ursi, with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I called you Sam, and I'm sure I called you
do.
Ursi.
It's a little jarring.
think you ever called me Josh, though. I don't think anybody ever calls me Josh. Honestly, Denny never does. In real life, he does. But, like, on the show, I don't feel like that's, like, ever happened.
You know what thought I just had? The only time I think I would call you Josh is if... So you know when, like, parents change their tone with kids and it's like, instead of calling me Sam, they'll be like, Samuel. Or like Samuel if it's one of my French relatives. If they're being all serious, that's the only time I'd call you Josh. If it's like a serious like condition where it's like, Josh, I'm really disappointed you didn't do that or whatever.
Joshua, what you doing in the jungle, Joshua? Joshua, get out of the jungle, Joshua.
But I would say Josh, yeah. And I think we can both agree that Proud is just Proud. I don't think either of us ever call him by his real name.
He's not a Greg. Hey, Greg.
I like the name Greg. He doesn't like the name Greg, but I think the name is Greg is a good name.
Greg, get over
but
here,
I still
Greg.
never call him it. Well, because I think it's because I've been playing games with Proud online for so long as Proud that it would be really hard to transition into Greg. Mm-hmm. Whereas like Cyphus, I didn't play with that. Like I was only friends with for like a year before I started calling him Denny. And like you, I don't know about you. I'm just gonna call you Roland because Roland's a catchy name. So that's that for me at least. All
right, let's read one.
I won't call Growdy by his name either.
I like Brett.
Brett it's a good name still.
But he doesn't look like a Brett to me. He looks more like a I don't know, something soft. He looks I don't know. Like a
yeah.
I don't know, like a 2-syllable like Philip. Like
Philip?
I could see like Philip. Like,
He doesn't have like
come here,
enough
Philip.
of like a douchebag haircut to be a Philip, I think. Because all the Philips I know are like I hate these conversations because I feel like I'm gonna offend somebody. Because somebody's gonna be a very perfectly nice person named Philip, and I suddenly just like flame them unknowingly. But all the
as
Philips
far as I know, I don't think we have any Philip pledgers. So
Well, I mean, I don't care about I care about the random people. Like statistically, there's got to be a Philip in our viewership. But the one Philip I know is a guy who's wealthy, super religious, and he's in a Ponzi scheme. And
then he's not going to be wealthy
crashed,
for
like,
long.
6 motorcycles, and he has a haircut that I don't like.
Let me tell you about Ponzi schemes. Okay.
But it's one of those things where like you sell insurance to people, or like you sell, you know, like the things that are Ponzi schemes, but not really Ponzi schemes.
Sure, I know all
Yeah,
about Ponzi schemes.
he's in one of those.
Okay. I feel like I do very well in a Ponzi scheme. Here's
You
the
would.
thing about Ponzi schemes. Okay, you're gonna make a lot of money up front, and then you're gonna adjust your spending habits to making that money.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna buy a Mercedes. I'm making so much money. I'm gonna buy, instead of a Toyota, I'm gonna go one step down the factory line and get a Lexus. Instead of a Mazda, I'm gonna get an Acura or something like that. And then all of a sudden, the Ponzi scheme goes away because the pyramid crashes. All right, and now your spending habits are fucked. We know somebody in real life. Actually, my wife knows this person. I don't. But I feel like I know these people because my wife talks about this situation so often. Uh-huh. There was this really popular belly stretch thing for women, okay? Where who have wanted to look fit or something. So you would put this belly stretch thing on that would stretch your belly in or something. Not sure. Super popular for 6 months, okay? This girl that she knows gets in on the third level of a pyramid scheme. So basically, and I heard this from Denny, the only people that make money in a pyramid scheme are the first person, the second person, and the third person. And then everywhere beneath that, you're just selling to family members, and you're not really making anything. So she's making a shitload of money. Her husband quits his job. She just does this. She's selling these belly wraps, I think is what they're called, something along those lines, some craze. They buy a crazy big house. They buy Mercedes. They buy cars, all this. And nobody wants belly wraps anymore. Now they're into essential oils, which is what my wife and mother-in-law do. So, the scheme falls. House of cards with those Ponzi schemes. All right, let's and live within your means. And if you live within your means within a Ponzi scheme, Ponzi schemes don't last forever.
Okay, perfect. Let's go to the next caller.
Thought I'd let people know,
I mean, that is the intention of a Ponzi scheme, right? Not the intention, but there's no possible way for it to be
multi-level
a
marketing.
thing.
They call it a bunch of things. Pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing, Ponzi scheme.
I remember the
whatever.
John Oliver episode. I got you.
Yeah. Okay, what about this? I guess we go for older questions, huh?
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing a caller. All right, older question. From the Urgist. The Urgist, whatever.
I always call him
guys.
Theurgist.
Theurgist, yeah. Hey guys, I'm a very new
Theurgist.
player. I've only played one game ever, and I was looking to get into the game more as I've always liked watching professional Dota, but never really had the time to play. I was wondering if you had any tips for a new player, and specifically for Vengeful Spirit. A generic build path I could follow in my games would be awesome. Thanks, guys, and keep up the good work.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Venge. Okay. Do you each want to tackle something? So you want to tackle just how to get into Dota quickly, and then I'll tackle Venge.
Yeah. Okay. You pick Venge, you go safe lane, you get 3 points in your first skill, 1 point in your second, 1 point in your third, 1 point in your fourth. So by level 6, you should have 3 in your Q, 1 in your W, 1 in your E, and 1 in your swap. Throw your stun often, don't throw it too often. Get mana regen, get that. Have fun. Dota's a great game. Ursi.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it, right? Vengeful Spirit, and more like any hero. When you're first starting a Dota, you want to pick heroes that have very linear, basically, progression in that, or very linear goals. And so Venge is just your goal is if somebody's in danger, I save them with swap. If somebody's out of place in the enemy team, I want to kill them by swapping them into my team. More importantly, I just want to stun important people, right? So I will say the best thing that you can do as a newer player, especially if you're super new, is get acclimated with the game. Of course, it's very different to watch versus play. But when you are picking a hero, make like a list. This is something I actually talk about constantly in the replay reviews. Make a list of, if you have a ability, if you have that stun, make a list. Say, okay, the number 1 priority is to stun their carry. The number 2 is to stun their mid. The number 3 is going to be their 5 support because it's a CM and she's going to be channeling something, so we want to kill her fast. And then next is the 4, and the next is the 3, or something like that. And that's all malleable, of course, depending on the game, right? Maybe some games going to be the 4 Enigma that you're going to be prioritizing your stun on. Or for any other hero, like you're going to prioritize certain things on. That's a really big and easy tip, I will say, and something that I think can really simplify complicated decision-making processes in the actual game. It's just approaching every game from the draft screen and saying, okay, in this game, these 3 people are going to be the most important to stun. This guy is worthless to stun, and this guy, it's like an okay thing, and if I have to. That's probably my big tip when you're getting new into Dota, is simplify things to their bare bones.
I could not agree any more than I agree with you right now, Ursinity.
I'm glad.
All right, next up is BloodyGuy, Bloody Leprechaun, Bloody John Dolan, Bloody something. You'll be honest, didn't like this guy at first at all. But after some random pub matchmaking and some long discussions and watching him play Enchantress, Crystal Maiden, and Elder Titan, I've come to respect the shit out of this guy. He is 3,400, and god damn it, he plays like 55 games in a row. I feel like he is dialed in at 3,400, but I'm wishing the best for 4K for him. BloodyGuy, Bloody John Dolan, Bloody Leprechaun, Bloody whatever the fuck. What's your question? Gotta be here if I'm gonna introduce you.
Oh, let's see, BloodyGuy. Is he going to ask his question?
Oh, I see. He's having Discord issues. You remember? You're having Discord issues. Here, I'm going to put you up there. I'm going to pull you back in
Rest
here.
in peace. Okay.
Are you here? Is it working? Oh, I gave you such a good intro.
Cyphus, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, go back to Cyphus, figure it out. In the meantime, we're going to take a question from Kumamizu. His MMR is climbing. Every time I see this guy, it's going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher.
That's the hope.
Kuma, will you hire me in the future when you're a CEO? And what is your question?
First one I can't answer quite yet, but the second one is I'm re-asking a question I asked at the beginning of 7.0, right after Monkey King was released. I asked, what was your top 5 list of heroes for each role, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I was wondering how that's how the meta settled in 7.03.
Oh boy, that's a good question. I honestly don't have a great answer for how the meta is settled for certain positions. I'll say the only thing that's really changed for me,
like,
sorry, what?
Huh?
What do you mean? What do you mean, huh?
What?
Yeah. Okay, Roland's broken.
What?
Okay, we're gonna move on. So the only real things I would say would change is that certain heroes that were very high on those lists have gone down. So I would say Monkey King at 7.0 was like top of the list for a 2 position, but I would say he's very low now for a 2 position unless it's a melee matchup. And for instance, in 1 position, Luna was super high for a long time. Now I think she's still very good, but she's definitely not number 1 anymore. I honestly don't think the meta for 7.03 has settled as of yet enough to really establish who the number 1 is, but I would say Lifestealer is certainly super high up there. Let's see, who else would be up there? Juggernaut has seen a big resurgence recently, not just because of the Arcana, I swear, but because people are getting back on the Juggernaut train. I think Spectre is also going to be very high. One of the big things about 7.03 was all the nerfs to HOD, or excuse me, I need to enunciate. Helm of the Dominator have now made non-Helm of the Dominator carries better, because for a long time we saw carries that would really rely on that item. So now, because that item was so good, and then heroes that did not buy that item were worse. And we see this with other items through other patches. So I would say those kind of carries like Spectre and like Slark are now a bit better against their peers. But, I mean, I would say it's mostly not super changed as of yet. Maybe once the meta really settles and, like, the pros start figuring more things out, I would say, you know, it's more or less fine. Abaddon's also risen as a lot in the off lane, and I would say maybe in the 4 position. Those would probably be my standouts. Lena still sucks. She's not even in the top 5 number 2s.
I agree. I feel like I used and abused Lich to get a lot of MMR at the start of 7.0, which I bet I could still do that. But
I mean, he got buffed.
he did get buffed, but I haven't been doing that. Haven't been seeing as much. I mean, what? In the Kiev qualifiers, we saw every hero played, but like one hero, I think it was like Shadow Shaman, was the only hero that was not played in the Kiev qualifiers. So as far as meta goes, it kind of seems like everything's up for grabs. Lena, yeah, still good, but Jug also still good. Here's the thing is, AM has always had the troubles that he's had, which are Bloodseeker and Legion Commander. But for some reason, I'm just like now feeling it really hard. I don't know why, but I never feel comfortable with picking Anti-Mage. But whereas before I picked him all the time and won with him all the time. And now I'm like, oh God, Bloodseeker and Legion. But they've always been in meta, it feels like. I don't know what the hell that's all about.
I mean, AM got buffed for a decent bit recently, especially all the split push buffs. AM split push is so good. He still suffers from like the game changes of just how flash farming is de-incentivized though. And he's better against Bloodseeker now that he has that Ags. So
Indeed. All right, Kuma, is anything else that you would like us to say for you this week, Mr. Water Bear?
Yeah, I actually have a top 5 and was wondering if you guys had any input on that.
Sure.
All right, so I heard the show today, and I was thinking position 1, Faceless Void. Position 2, Tinker. Position 3, Axe. Position 4, Bane. And 5, Destructor.
I disagree with Bane.
Okay, all right.
But I like everything else.
All right, I was thinking Bane because of how Juggernaut is coming back, like you said, Ursi.
Oh.
So I was thinking if you could like pre-counter pick against people who don't understand exactly how Enfeeble works.
Enfeeble, it's so good.
Unbreakable.
Did anybody see that stream of me going up against a Phantom Assassin? I was offlane Bane against the PA, and the PA ended up just saying "fuck you" to me because I kept enfeebling her over and over and over.
Yeah.
She was doing negative damage. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I think your list is fine. I think all those heroes are probably top 5 within their positions, with the exception of Tinker. I think Tinker kind of.
I've seen. When he said Tinker, I was like, yeah. Tinker's in every game of mine. Every fucking game, Tinker's there.
People pick a lot of Tinker, but
Isn't that what meta is?
What?
Isn't that what meta is? Getting picked a lot?
I mean, but you wouldn't say Pudge is meta just because people pick him a lot. You wouldn't say PA is meta because people pick him a lot. You'd say heroes meta because they're good in the current game state.
Good point. I feel shut down for sure.
So Tinker, I would say, because certain heroes are just popular. Like Tinker is a popular hero. He's fun to play. But the thing about Tinker is that a lot of his counters are good right now, and he gets rotated heavily on, and he doesn't get as many jungle stacks because it stacks every 2 minutes. So if you beat him in a lane, he does not have that default back to jungling that he used to. So I would say I wouldn't put Tinker even in my top 5 mids, but I mean people are still gonna pick him, right? But and he's not terrible by any means. It's just like a lot of things that are good against Tinker are in meta. Lots of strength heroes that he can't burst down. And for offlane, I wouldn't put Axe at number 1. I'd put Axe probably number 2 or number 3. Number 1 is still Centaur, I think. That's got my 2 cents. It's a good list, though. To be fair, it's I don't think it's necessarily number 1 in everything.
Axe, and Faceless Void being on there. Those have been the 2 that have like come up out of nowhere and like I'm getting beat by Axes and Voids all the time now. When did that happen? So, Kuma, you're smart as shit. You got big things ahead of you. Don't do drugs, or else it'll ruin your life and you'll have babies.
Jesus Christ, dude.
All right.
Autobiographical, but I'll keep that in mind.
All right. Don't do drugs. You'll have kids. It'll suck. Your life will go down the drain. All right.
At some point, we got like 30 minutes into this podcast, and Roland just deflated completely. Like
I'm not deflated. I am inflated, my friend. All right. If you know it.
Inflated with what? I don't know.
All right. Thank you, Kuma.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we're going to try this again. BloodyGuy, Bloody John Dolan, Bloody the Leprechaun, BloodyGuy. Didn't like you at first, now I like you a lot. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. Listen to your
Yeah,
voice.
it fucking works.
It's awesome. There it is. It's here. What's your question? You fucking MMR grinding machine.
My question is, what is the best way to nerf a hero?
Range on a spell. Range on a spell is the best way to nerf a hero.
That's a terrible way to nerf a hero.
Sucks.
No, that is the number one way to nerf a hero. Ogre's good. Take away 100 range. Ogre's bad. Leshrak's good. Take away 100 range from lightning bounce. Leshrak's bad. That's the best way to nerf a hero.
To more seriously answer questions,
He's asking the best way to nerf a hero, Ursi.
Okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
the best way to nerf a hero,
remove all their
Ursi.
starting stats.
Okay.
How about that? Yeah.
Gosh.
No, so the best way to actually nerf a hero in terms of actual balance and how Dota 2 works.
For being
And
a supposed smart guy, you're pretty fucking dumb. You know that?
And the best way to
Oh,
buff a
whoa!
hero
You gotta
similarly,
address
another
it. Now I
action.
feel bad.
I don't need to do.
I don't think you're a dumb guy. I think you're really smart.
Move on.
I have respect for you.
The idea.
You gotta fight back.
behind
Wow, now I look
nerfing
like a
hero
dick, dude.
Well, I don't care. I don't care about
God.
your personality in this podcast. I gotta look like the good guy. The knight in shining armor that passes through all the denigrations.
I was
My various
kidding. I don't
co-hosts.
feel that way about Ursi. I like him a lot.
Mom, Dad,
Yeah.
please stop.
All right,
Please.
all right, all right.
Okay,
Come on.
so to nerf a hero well, you have to nerf them incrementally and take away from whatever makes them. I should say you don't want to take away from their really good points unless their really good points are way too good. But you want to nerf them incrementally so that their niche is still their niche, and yet they don't fulfill every role as much. So, for instance, Luna, the way that she was nerfed was they gave her a little less move speed. They nerfed Helm the Dominator. They didn't just say, like a lot of people wanted, they didn't just say, hey, glaives don't bounce on towers or something. They didn't say, okay, Eclipse sucks now. Like, Eclipse barely got changed, if at all. They kept her strong suits and just nerfed some of her stuff from the side. Same thing with, like, Weaver. Weaver had really, really minimal hero nerfs, but they nerfed Blightstone by making it at the base instead of the side shop. They made Lincoln's a little more expensive. They made Dragonlance a little worse, right? So the best way to nerf a hero is those little side things, not by just gutting them like they did with Leshrac or Ogre, and saying, hey, your good thing is now terrible, and now all your bad things are still bad.
Okay, let's go ahead and clarify here. BloodyGuy, what did you mean by best way to nerf a hero?
So, like, I'm an ET spammer, and I used to be a Dazzle spammer. And
Yeah.
that cast point change is the worst fucking shit in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that, I feel like, was the wrong way to nerf any hero, changing their cast point.
Well, Omni Knight got a big buff by his purification being like, it used to be like, by the gods, I will heal you in 4 seconds. And then they cut that in half, and now he's like, phew, heal.
Yeah,
so
and
I
that's what they
agree
did
with you.
to Axe, though, and it
Cast point does blow. Are you talking specifically with Stomp?
Yeah, Echo Stone takes a fucking year now, and Grave takes a century.
Yeah, Grave has always taken a century. I don't play much ET. I know you blast
Grave's
him out.
way quicker, man.
Yeah, I definitely
After
noticed the
God
Grave
Savior,
change.
the Salt Lord PPD complained for a year. It finally got nerfed.
Yeah, I will say there's definitely that's one of those things that you notice a lot more. I'll say, and it can get way too much, for sure. But there is good instances of them nerfing cast points, like the Axe cast point change.
Yep.
It was like Axe was way too good for a long time, and now he's in a good place where like he's pickable and strong, but his cast point on call is now what is it? It used to be 0.2 and now it's 0.3 or something, or it used to be 0.3 and now it's 0.5.
Yeah, it used to be 0.3, now it's 0.5. Yeah, no, I agree. But with ET, like, all right, let's take a hero that's already like, not very good, as in people don't play him very often. I think he is really good. And
He's really good, yeah.
Especially
Again,
going up
meta.
against, the first time I went up against BloodyGuy, it was me versus him. He was on ET, and I can't remember what I was on, but I was like, damn, ET is good. And it didn't have to do with his ult. It had to do mostly with his positioning on his stomps and your passive on ET.
Yeah.
And getting those spirits to scout, like the Astral Spirit to scout, is super good. Anyway.
ET is one of those heroes that is woefully underplayed, considering how good he is. Like he used to be way better. He used to be legitimately way OP. Like what is it? Like maybe 6.86 or something. But now he's still a good hero. I think now you have to combo him more. So like for instance, I played against an ET
Like,
Shadow
Aura is
Demon.
absurd.
Yeah, the aura is really good. And he's also still a good counter pick, right? If you're playing against something like a Slark that's a high base stat hero, you want to just nerf all their armor, stuff like that. I mean, ET's still a good hero. It is just, he suffers from the fact that nobody plays him, and so he doesn't really get figured out. And similarly, the only people that do play him are good at him, so he looks better than he is, and then sometimes they get nerfed because of that. And vice versa. Good heroes that don't get played don't become better quickly because less people are contributing to the theory crafting around that hero specifically.
Oh yeah, I mean I couldn't agree more. And your spamming of ET, I'm sure I'm gonna go ahead and guess when you pick ET every so often in draft, people are like, "You're an idiot. ET sucks," and then you show them up because holy fuck.
But I still flame because it's a fucking pop.
Yeah, he's good at ET. And your Enchantress, dude. I've been like scrolling through your replays, thinking about picking up Enchantress. You spam Enchantress, ET, and who else? You have
Ench is terrible. Do not play her. I play her because I like her, and I got tired of spamming. It's like, you know how Proud's like, if I play one more game alone Druid, I'm gonna kill myself. It was like that. Goddamn, you're good. You play Enchantress, ET, and then you play some Crystal Maiden, but there's like another one you were spamming in there. Like I check on your profile like every day. Enigma, yeah. Goddamn.
Enigma is honestly maybe the best pub hero right now. That's probably not true, but he's up there. He's definitely like top 5 pub heroes. Yeah. It's hard to lose if you have a good Enigma on your team. I'll say that much. And games go so late now, and nobody bothers you in the jungle because it's a pub game. I mean, Enigma is great.
Indeed. All right, hey, until I can climb to 3,400 to start playing games with you again, I can't wait for that. It's a pleasure.
You'll make it.
Thanks.
Stop spamming Alk. Alk's terrible.
I know. It's just because I got that really nice set, that really nice like steampunk, like anarchist, like I'm gonna go ska dance Alk set. I got that and I was like, I'm gonna play Alk, and I like gold. So
yeah, I mean Alk is OP right now. That's what all the pros are complaining about. I mean, he's not OP now. He continues to be OP as of like 16 patches ago. He's like the best pub hero.
Alk was that hero that could still jungle farm, whereas SF and Storm really can't anymore because of the various jungle nerfs.
Yeah.
Indeed. So even if you dumpster an Alk, he'll just go farm.
Yep, boy, it sucks, that hero.
All right, hey, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sorry for the wait.
Oh, no, sorry, the Discord issue. Discord.
Plenty of callers to kill time in between.
Yes, we do. Okay, let's read with our mouths, Ursi. Particularly yours.
Okay. Colin B says, been listening for a few months now, and I'm about to hop in on that Patreon. Fantastic show. My question is this. What heroes do you feel most in character playing? My favorite character is Warlock. Basically, when I get Act Refresher, all the 1k noobs I play against just run into a team fight, and I hit them with the Fatal Bonds. Then boom, golems. Balrog, as I would say. And what's that? Boom, more golems. Then I watch the helpless bastards try and slither away under the fog of my upheaval as my minions clean up the mess. I just feel so Warlock, controlling the fight, pulling the strings from a safe distance. What's your favorite in-character hero? Roland, do you have a good answer? I think I have some answers for this one. But I'll let you go first if you'd like.
Well,
I can go first if you prefer.
No, I have a few examples. I like Lich, for me. I'm kind of short. I'm kind of gangly. I'm definitely pale. And I would sacrifice any of you for my own gain. So, yeah. I feel like that fits me.
Okay. I'll say I feel most in character playing... Let's see. I feel in character as Ursinity when I'm playing Invoker and Lena. That's when I feel like I'm on my game and I feel like I'm playing as my podcast ego, and it's great and I'm having a good time. But I think the most character I get most like tunnel visioned, feeling good about like the actual character is probably TA. When I'm playing TA, I just like zone out entirely from the game, and it feels like I'm playing a game other than Dota because it's just I'm playing TA. I'm not playing Dota, I'm playing TA. And it's like, boy, I just burst that guy, I blinked, I got all these things done. I'm taking stacks, I'm dominating a lane with side blades. It's like, it's an exhilarating experience. It's very zen. It's very fun. So that's probably my real answer, but mine would be Lena and Invoker, because that's when I like feel in tune with myself as a podcaster.
Who I'd like to be is Meepo. I mean, I've dreamed for the longest time that I could make multiple versions of myself. One to just be on here shilling the entire time.
Yeah.
One to
Terrifying
be
concept.
One to be inside trying to finish Sherlock because those episodes are like an hour and a half long. One would be out there, making sure that my relationships are staying up to par with my wife and my kid. Like I would have like so much accomplished if I had 5 of me.
You still have 2 to go too there. So like you could have one running errands, and you could have like one have like a side job, or you could just have all of them be employed, and then you just rake in the gold. That's what I would do. If I had 5 me's, I'd be like, right, you guys are all my slaves, and you're all going to go into college to be engineers, and then you're going to spread out across the country, and then you're all going to get nice jobs, making lots of money, but you're going to funnel it all to me, and I'll give you money for living expenses and maybe like a stipend for some.
But they're all going to be Ursies, and they're all going to be like, this job is garbage. Fucking hate this job. This job's garbage. And you're going to have to deal with 5 Ursies. Whereas 5 Rolands would be very agreeable with each Roland. They would see the logic in things. They wouldn't argue
that's
with.
Not how Meepo works.
You would argue with yourself too much.
No, I wouldn't.
You would
they would
not
all be subject to me.
No, they would not be subject to you. You would be arguing with yourself. Meepos would be arguing. They get nothing done.
No, but the Meepos are all subservient to the main Meepo. Like that's why one Meepo has all the stuff, has all the items, and the other Meepos are just like, yeah, you get the bare minimum. You have boots. And
well, what's the bare minimum?
Then
Then what would all your Meepos get? What's the bare an education?
A college education. Yep,
okay.
And they'd have clothes. And
they'd have clothes. Okay.
Yeah, and they'd live somewhere that makes money for me. And then I'm going to be the fancy Meepo with, I'm going to have whatever the proverbial E-blades and
what if they
sights,
wanted wives and kids and lives of their own?
Are their wives rich? Perfect. Easy. Good. We're expanding our empire.
See, I'd do it for good. I wouldn't do it for evil. All right.
It's not evil. It's just
it's self-serving. Yeah. All right. Our next caller is a man that likes to spread his chaos, likes to teach people. Professor Chaos is his name. His MMR is 2K. Professor Chaos, what's your question, sir?
What's up, guys? So I thought of this while watching the stream on Saturday, and I think a lot of other people are probably going to have this question. I think it's important to ask, and that is, what are some costume ideas for the Griper TI cosplay?
Okay, I got into this a little bit. So I'm sure I can find a mermaid costume where you put it on and both your legs go into it, right?
Yeah.
So we cut the tail off the mermaid costume, we paint it all green. Viper tail done. We get a cart where we lay Grouty down on it, and that's how he can fly. And then we make wings that his arms will go into. 2 wings that his arms will go into. And then we'll get a little, it'll be a hat that covers the neck that'll be green with like the whiskers, I'm going to call them, tendrils coming out. And then we'll spray paint Grouty's face green, is my idea. And then pull him around on a cart.
I like the idea of spray painting him instead of using actual body paint.
Yeah,
we'll just get him like crazy sick, and he'll
close
never
your
get
eyes.
Yeah,
just like it burns. Shut up, Griper. As we pull him along on our cart, and I'll just have him along. I'll just be pulling him around. Hopefully, Key Arena. I hope wasn't it
They already
announced?
announced. Yeah, they said it's still in Seattle. It's still. I don't know if they said specifically Key Arena, but they said it's still in Seattle, and
Where
I'm
else
pretty
would
sure
it be?
they said Key Arena. There's other stadiums. I think there's actually one bigger stadium in Seattle. Maybe I could be wrong, but there's other places.
That's my idea for Griper.
My only addendum to what we talked about earlier on the show, as far as theory crafting his costume goes, is it'd be nice if the person pulling him on said cart was in a Pugna cosplay, because lore-wise, Pugna is like the owner of Viper, but then Viper escapes or something. I don't know.
No, Warlock. I thought it says on there that it's Warlock.
No, not Warlock.
Oh,
Warlock's
Pugna,
like
huh?
a whole different race. Pugna's like this little like thing, and he owns Viper.
Yeah, but Viper
Or he used
escaped.
to.
Yeah,
and the Viper escaped.
I've read his lore several times. What do you think? How would you do it, Professor Chaos? I'm gonna be.
I was actually going to bring up the Pugna thing. I think for the 2K goal, you guys should have somebody have to dress up as Pugna.
Well, the problem is we need a really short guy, and that's already Grouty to be Pugna. So it's like we'd have to get
like.
Oh no, Ursi's really short.
Ursi's already going to be Lena though, so he can't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm like terrified of this concept that all our Patreon goals are now just going to become dumb cosplay goals.
Yeah, they are,
like,
and they're not
terrible.
dumb. They're going to be great.
Content.
Huh?
No.
No, it'll be Ursinity.
No.
I
mean, that's not gonna happen.
Ursinity.
Groundy. Okay,
Ursinity.
so I want to lay this to rest. I'm sure the meme will exist for like forever, but Groundy did what I've done before in that he publicly said something as a joke, but he made it very specific, and then people latched onto it and copy pasted it, and now it'll never go away. So that's why he's doing Griper at 1500, because he said in Discord jokingly, "Oh man, if he gets a 1500, haha memes, I'm gonna dress up as Viper," and then thinking that would never happen and people forget about it. But no, people don't forget. I never said anything about me dressing up in
I will
any kind
find
of
the
cosplay.
clip. I'm sure I can find Ursi saying, "I will be Lena cosplay." Over all the hours he's recorded, I'm sure I can string an
You'd
I
have
and
to
a
cheat a
will,
lot.
a B, a Lena cosplay. Denny, can we get working on that? Finding enough episodes where Ursi says I and where he says will, where he says B,
All I'm
Lena
saying
cosplay
is that Proud would be a
for
great
2K.
And so the thing about it, right, is that Proud would really get into character, whereas
Not boss, by the way.
Sorry, Cyphus
of
is
course
here.
Cyphus is.
Could you please shut the hell up, Ursi? Cyphus is here. Okay.
Yeah.
What, Cyphus?
Just letting you know, I'm working on the admission right now.
Okay. Yeah. No, we
Okay.
really
It's
do
going
need
well.
to. I'll help you search through episodes to find that. We also need to be specific for a $2,000 Patreon reward. You know what I mean? Like,
This episode's got most of it.
okay, sweet.
Okay,
We're gonna get you to say
well,
it
that
whether you like it or
doesn't
not. You're going to dress as Ursi.
liberal media is taking-
Whether I fucking beat you up, dude, and knock your ass out, and you wake up dressed up as Lena,
oh,
it's
boy.
gonna happen. Okay.
There's also a very big difference between dressing up as a character and going to the event as a character and then being stuck there for hours.
Okay. What about 4 hours as Lena
No.
for a
I'm
$2,000
not doing
goal?
any of this.
Will you repeat after me?
I need
4
to-
hours as Lena for 2,000.
I need to go into what I was talking about earlier. Proud in a
4 hours
cosplay
for
or Rowdy in
Lena
a
as-
cosplay.
God.
They're the kind of people that would get into character. If I was in a cosplay, I would just get nervous and like get anxiety headaches and then go to sleep or go and leave. And like,
Why
go
would you get? We'd make you look so Lena, nobody would even know who you are.
That's definitely not true. That's
No,
definitely not
we
true.
would make you look very Lena. Why are you afraid to be somebody that you should be?
There are so many inaccuracies in that statement. I just don't
And
even
then
want to address it.
okay. I'll be Raindrops if I will dress up as a fucking raindrop. If you dress up
That's
as
way
Lena.
easier. That's way easier.
But I will. You have to be naked to be a raindrop.
No, you really don't.
Yes,
you
you
really
do.
don't have to be naked.
To be
Literally,
truly
nobody has
a
made any
raindrop,
stipulations about nudity.
I will go in naked as a
No.
raindrop if you just be Ursinity.
We're also trying to be all professional .p like next TI because we're all like legit now and we do all these things and then
Why-
they're gonna be like, who are these idiots in like raindrops and gender bent Lena cosplays and garbage?
You're a loser, baby.
I'm not a loser, man.
So why don't you
I
kill
know.
me?
So people, the key to being a human being and an adult is to know your own limitations. And my limitation is that I'm not gonna dress up in like
So why
a dress
don't you
and do
kill
all these
me?
kind of weird things for you deviants.
You're a fucking deviant.
Well, I'm not that kind of
Alright.
deviant, so it's fine.
Professor Chaos, we will get Ursinity, Lena. Don't you worry. And thank you so much for calling in and giving us good ideas on the Griper.
No problem, guys.
Goodbye.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, sir. All right, our next and last caller is Harakayada, who yada yada yadas. Harakayada, what is your question?
Hello. First, I'd like to comment on how amusing it is that Cyphus is basically like your PA. I could just imagine him like bringing you a coffee and just like slap him on the ass.
Me? Me? My
yeah,
PA?
you. Yeah, your PA. You just order him around.
No, I don't.
He means personal assistant PA, not Phantom Assassin PA.
Yo, yeah, sorry.
I don't.
Personal
Do
assistant.
you really view him that way as my personal?
It's just-
Denny, you got to get in
feels
here.
like-
Are you my personal assistant, Denny? Because if so,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
definitely going to abuse the shit out of that. Denny, come on in here. Are you my PA? I'll start smacking you on the ass if that's the case.
This got real weird real quick.
Are you my personal assistant? Do I boss you around?
I mean, every once in a while, let's be honest, boss. All right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
literally calls you boss.
Well, I'm hungry and my wife's
no.
out of town, so food, please.
Get on it. That's 50 chicken nuggets and a Big Mac, right?
Whatever. Yeah, that works. Get on it.
No, I like to think of myself as a producer. Okay. That makes it feel a little bit better.
That's how I think of proud.
All right.
I mean, Typhus, not proud.
Thank you.
All right. Get out of here now, please. All right, shoo. All right, thanks.
All
All right,
so my question. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No, I was just sorry. Denny was in the way, so I just had to get him out of here. So go ahead and your question.
My question, which is kind of related to the gender and stuff, but I didn't think of it because of that. If you woke up one day as the opposite sex, what would you do, and what would your name be?
I would be very confused. My name would still be Sam, because that's nice and interchangeable, easy. And then I'd probably roll with it. I don't know. I mean, you gotta deal with the cards you're dealt, right?
Okay.
So that'd be fine.
You can't just ask that question and not expect a super honest response out of me.
Oh, yes. Please be honest.
Oh, my God. See, I gave like the sensitive response. Rowan's going to say some weird teenager response. That's
I mean...
Not safe for work here.
Probably NSFW, but like... I'd explore. You know what I mean? Of course. I would definitely roll with it. I feel like I'd be more comfortable in the opposite sex body than my own. I feel like it'd really fit me.
God.
Because then I could be loud and obnoxious. No, that wouldn't really matter because I'd just be loud and obnoxious, but a woman. So
yeah, that's a scary concept.
Well,
Also, you're married, so you'd have all kinds of like weird secondary problems.
I mean, you can't ask that question without getting like a super immature answer from me, which would be like, I mean, I'm not going to say it, but we all
know.
Okay, we all know. Of course, you'd have to. I mean, you'd have to, and then, I definitely put makeup on. I've always wanted to be honest with you. I think it's an unfair advantage that, not that I can't use makeup as a man, but like, blemishes and whatnot. Like I've suffered from acne in the past. If I could just slap some shit on my face and make all that go away, that'd be awesome. If I could put some lipstick on and get noticed in a crowd, that'd be great. You know how vain I am. I would love to wear makeup.
Yeah.
But
that would be a nice perk.
It's not that I can't. It's just
one
that
we never learned. I think
it's just a trait I wouldn't be good at it. And I would love to accent, my natural structure of my face. But I also can't do that because, I don't know. So I guess social norms, I guess, is what it is. Although those are breaking really quickly or getting rolled back.
Call the patriarchy shutting you down, Roland, and or toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is actually the technical term that people use for this kind of thing. That's why men don't wear makeup and stuff like that. And you got to expect me to give like the SJW answer, as much as I hate that term. Because I would
wear makeup. Like that's the thing. Like I'm not like, as everybody here knows, I have no shame. It's just I guess I want to be approachable still. And if I just showed up in like, because I like suits, regardless of my sex, I would still wear a suit. Not a pants, like not a.
Yeah.
Not like a suit with a pantsuit with pants.
A well-tailored.
Yeah, a well-tailored, well-fit suit. But I would also use the advantage of having like some sweet mascara, sweet, cover up the blemishes, some nice like dark red lipstick. That'd be awesome. But guess what? It's not very approachable for a man to do that, even in 2017.
Boy. I'm very scared of the prospect. Never mind. We're going to move on from this. I am glad you asked this question, Hada. It was an interesting question. But, well, I'm scared of Roland's description of, like, femme Roland because it sounds weirdly attractive, and I don't want to feel that way. So we're going to move on. That's what I answered.
I guess we found
Don't block the feelings, Ursinity.
Yeah. If you're into that, I'll do that if you do.
No, I'm really not. I'm really not. Trust me.
Ursinity. What about you, Hadakamara? What if you were all of a sudden a man?
Well, it would first be the logistical problem of where to put my newfound genitalia.
Yeah, you have to get all new clothes too. That would be a hassle.
You have to learn how to shoot a gun. It's kind of tough.
Got to get your cowboy hat first. That's what they give you when you go to man school.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't mean. I mean.
And then you'll make 23% more money.
The proverbial gun, not like a firearm. Okay. Although that's what they call mine, a firearm.
Yeah, I would just run to the nearest store and buy like a bunch of guy clothes because I've always wanted to wear guy clothes, but like certain anatomy gets in the way.
Oh, dude, I'm the opposite, man. Like leggings look so like comfortable. I'm like, man, I don't have like I have too many parts for these. I'm not Zyori enough. Yeah, this really went off the rails quickly.
No, it's not. It's very on the rails. You just feel uncomfortable. I don't feel uncomfortable at all.
I'm like, we're constantly bordering on being weirdly offensive, and that concerns me.
I wasn't being offensive. I was worried that I
know. That's what I'm saying. We're bordering.
It's
worried. Very easy.
I would touch myself. I would. Okay, I said it. About. I would touch myself. I would. If anybody would. Denny, when you get the chance, if you were transformed into a woman, would you touch yourself?
I think he meant like the gender.
Yeah. So I will say,
gender.
If you want to have
if
you want to have the insight into Ursinity, my childhood best friend is transgender. So that's one of the big reasons why I am so involved in these kinds of issues and have so opinionated.
Sorry to cut you off on your transgender friend. Denny, you touch yourself, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Jesus Christ!
You touch yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Okay,
that's like day one.
Yeah.
Like, we're about to get some nice.
That's moment one. That is
I don't feel that proclivity. Like what?
Really? Okay. Sorry. Let's continue on with your transgender friend.
No, I mean, there's nothing really. I'm not going to go deeply into it. I'm just saying that's like why I feel strongly about these kind of issues, and I'm more into being not offensive when regarding the intricacies of gender, sexuality, and actual.
Are we talking gender roles or like goddamn like
I don't have time to teach this class.
No.
Because I understand
when you have the biological sex.
Okay.
Well, show's running a little long now, folks.
I mean, sex is the parts you're born with. Gender is the role that you fit in the rigid heteronormative or hetero. What's the full term? In the rigid gender sense, and what you fit into, male, female, or non-binary.
I'd probably do a dude. I'd tell you that much just to see.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna. God, I'm just gonna be scarred. We're gonna move on.
I'm sorry.
Let's close the show. Actually, we have a call in. We have a voicemail.
We do have a last
close the show.
Anything else that you'd like to add on this? Did I offend anybody? I hope not.
I hope not either. I hope I covered the bases in case anybody was offended, because I care deeply about anybody and everybody's feelings.
So do I. Like, I'm all for it. All.
Yeah. We're good, bro. We can just move on.
Hada Kamara, anything else?
No, I think everyone understands you, Roland. There's no reason to worry.
I
know the kind of person you are.
Roland gave the funny answer. I gave the covering all the bases social answer.
I gave the honest answer. Hada Kamara, I love you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Reciprocate. Reciprocate, damn it.
I love you.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Goodbye. All right. We'll play our last little voicemail thing.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is it the one? Okay, yeah.
It's one.
Hey guys, Gabe Gonzo here. I've been splitting my time 50-50 between carries and support. And I'm trying to get better at Dota, but I don't know which one I should go with, if I should continue going with the split, or if I should focus on one. How do I know which one I'm better at? Thanks, guys. Hey, guys.
Okay.
What do you think?
Good question.
What do you think?
Nice, short, very specifically enunciated. Okay.
Yeah.
I will say, as somebody who has switched between carry and support, I have learned the most about each respective position while going back and forth. So I will say I learned a ton about supporting through playing carry for an extended period of time and then going back to supporting and vice versa. Because I'm very of the mindset that if you play a certain role for an extended period of time, for the first, like, let's say you play a role for 6 months, for the first 4, you are really training yourself, maybe in the first 3, you're training yourself really hardcore in that position you're uncomfortable in, or even like just casually comfortable in. But then in the next 3 months, you're really escalating and you're learning more about the game in a macrospective perspective as that role. So if you play 6 months of carry, and then in those last 6 months, you're learning about the macro mentality thing as a carry, and even the first 3 months, then when you go to play support, let's say again, just for the sake of it, for 6 months, you're going to be applying the carry mindset to being a support. Hopefully in a good way. There's also the dangerous way, which some would say, namingly Proud would say I do, in that you farm too much as a support. But you will now think of like, okay, well, if I was the carry in this position, I'm going to be really screwed because I'm playing PA and they're aggro trying, and since I'm the person playing the aggro try as Gabe Gonzo, I'm going to know how to abuse that. So that's what I'll say, is it's very good to switch between back and forth. But if I had to say, I would say switch based on, I really don't know, actually. I don't have like a good answer in like the practical sense of like, should I go back and forth or should I just spam one thing? But I will say you will definitely learn more about Dota in an overall perspective and get better more incrementally and more, I was going to say more better, and get better to a greater extent in the long run if you play multiple roles and balance them or switch between. So that's kind of my 2 cents, because again, like that's where I've learned the most about Dota, is by switching roles and applying the knowledge I gained from certain roles to other roles.
Awesome. Well, I think that wraps it up. I agree with you, Ursi. Do you want to plug and chug?
Sure. Yeah, let's plug. Okay, so we stream this Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is Eastern Daylight Time or whatever, EDT, because it's Daylight Savings now.
No, I thought it's not Daylight Savings now.
I don't know what it is.
It's now EST. It used to be, it was EDT. Now it's EST because it's spring. Okay. And yeah.
We stream that on Twitch TV anyway, and we also stream Sundays every day. DotP stream, team stream. That is Sundays at 5 Eastern, whatever Eastern zone it is. It is Eastern. We also stream sporadically. Roland always streaming, and I'm gonna try to stream more while I do replay reviews and whatnot. YouTube.com/DotPTV1. That's where we put up all our VODs, all our other things. Our website, defenseofthepatients.com. We have an Amazon banner there. We have iTunes reviews that you can give us. That helps us. Patreon, of course. We've seen a lot of growth there, which has been wonderful. Patreon.com/defenseofthepatients. That's where you can support us. You can get a fancy name in Discord, which of course is discord.gg/.p. You can get replay reviews from me. You can get all sorts of things. It's a fun time. And we have a Reddit, r/defenseofthepatients. And you can email us questions for this show at defenseofthepatients@gmail.com. We're not weeding through because we're doing all of them, but we're working through all of the sent-in questions. They just take a while because we have so many callers.
Yes, we are. And Jay Gushi. I like him. And he's the one that runs the community, like the Goosh. Okay, so we have 6 people that called in today. And I'm going to roll a d20, and this is how it's going to work. I'm going to exclude 19 and 20. And TJ Sutton will be both 1, 7, and 13. You see what I'm doing?
Okay. I thought you were just going to exclude 19 and 20 and then just divide by 3.
Or I could do that. But it would work regardless. Here we go. I'm rolling. But I'm rolling.
Oh my god.
The dice. 17 would be Professor Chaos.
Now that my thing
would be Professor Chaos.
Oh, okay. Excitement.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm clapping. I'm planning
17 would be Professor Chaos. And to show you... All right, awesome. Well, congratulations, Professor Chaos. You're now the proud new owner of $20 Steam Cash Money. So thank you guys all for tuning in to Tuesday Q&A. Remember, you have questions, and we have socially acceptable answers.
Good.